Alright guys, welcome back to Kings of the Old World Tournament. Qualifier number 1, replays casting. And sorry, we're going to have to get on the devs to fix this. I'll make a mention of this every time it happens because it always pisses me off. Makes casting this game a pain. Anyway, enough of grumbling and complaining. We've got minimoult here on the Italians in the blue trunks. In the yellow trunks today we've got LukasL on the Italians as well. So both these players needing to pick the Civ in this best of 3 series, if not them picking Malta, as there is a requirement to play one of the 2 DLC Civs in at least one of the games. While in later rounds, best of 5 and 7, you've got to play both Civs at least once. So we've got Lukas going for a gold treasure, a coin treasure, sorry. So Lukas taking great Kurt very early on here. I think Lukas must have already finished hunting dogs, perhaps. Oh no, he's getting an axe. So the beauty of this tournament that's focused on the DLC is we've got DLC maps pretty much every game of every round. So we've got the new houses, essentially, you know, your native outposts, but instead of getting like Native American or African or Asian civs, you've got the European houses, and they actually come with some additional bonuses. They've all got like a power that you can use. And then on top of that, you can actually capture the site without actually placing a trading post down and use it as a vision point, a bit like a Zelnaga tower in the StarCraft games. Or like the convertible monastery in the center of, I think it's Cross in Age of Empires 2. So, the Italians, they have this architect fella. He's a bit like the engineer for the Romans from Age of Empires Online, and he's essentially can't gather, but is a much better builder. And in fact, something he does have over the AOEO engineer is the fact that if you can choose to construct buildings and spend the resource cost, or you can actually build the building without spending resources, but spend, I think it's 4 or 5 times the amount of build time, just with the architects. I was going to say engineers. Whoops. So Lombard. These allow Italian players to actually trade resources into other resources. You essentially put in 100 of a resource at a time, a bit like the market to trade it into another, but instead of it being at a loss instantly, it's a trickle, but it actually gives you resources in the long run. So, you know, you put in 100 food, you're going to get 120 gold back. You put in 100 gold, you get 120 wood back, for instance. So Lukas is going for advanced politician. So his age up's going to be faster, and it's going to give him a bigger benefit as well. While minimoult is going for capitalism. He's aged up faster to begin with, and he is going to get a passive gold trickle over Lukas. But Lukas, again, his age up will catch up and outpace his opponents. And give him slightly more rewards. I don't know. We've got a governor here for minimoult. Governor as well for Lucas, so see what the difference is. Haven't actually played Italians yet myself. I've only played Malta once, and that was in the first round of this tournament. Needless to say, I wasn't victorious. Ah, it's an extra chest of coin. Because minimoult has the 2 chests of coin. Got 3 here for Lucas. So Lucas has essentially got 100 extra gold, but minimoult going capitalism, it gives him over a gold a second anyway, so he's essentially going to get the same bonus, but over a much longer course of the game, and then get more. So that gold trickle is going to happen forever. But a Lombard wagon here for Lucas, he really wants to beeline these. Minimoult hasn't started on any Lombards himself, he's shipped coin. So Lucas's base looks really defensive at the moment. Minimoult actually used his architect to build 2 trading posts so far. Looks to be seizing the center of the map just outside Lucas's base right now. So Lucas is preparing for some early aggression. He's actually picked off the Explorer as well, so minimoult doesn't really have a chance to scout Lucas from here. We've seen one of the towers go up, but he won't know that his opponent has the second. So Lucas has deposited a lot of coin into his Lombards, because I think the more you get, the faster they must exchange it, eh? I think so. Kind of put 1,000 gold into both. Sorry, yeah, 600 or 700 gold into both of them already. Just the one. So Lucas, aging up. Minimoult, also aging up.
Ora sto meglio.
Bit of a pretty slow one so far, eh? Other player really looking to harass all that much. Minimoult does have all this building advantage at the moment. I mean all this XP advantage with his additional trading posts built. But in saying that, Lombards being used to flip all the resources. So Lucas is actually generating quite a lot of wood without even having to gather any at the moment. You know, spending gold on food than food on wood. Sorry, gold on food and wood, and then food on gold. It's a single barracks production right now for Lucas, but his age up not going to be too far behind minimoult's. Minimoult shipping Falcons, while Lucas, no stables yet. But he's going for marksman. Garrison right now, but this is a nice total start here from Lucas. So some more muskets being shipped with the age up there. So this is, for our Italians player, these guys stronger crossbow unit than most of the other civs. So that'd be a nice zoning potential. Lukas doesn't really want to engage against them because they will counter his musks. But in saying that, they've also be able to get a pain together out of this town center. There's 20 villagers garrisoned here for Lukas. This is a big chunk of his eco. But it is going to mean he's taking some big shots against minimoult behind this. Veteran musks as well for minimoult, while Lukas is just waiting on the upgrade to kick in here, but will do just now. It's great for him, but there are Falcons in the mix here. So minimoult will be able to get most of the musks down, but we have some Stratiots and Bosniaks spawning in, the Italian player. So the Albanian company arriving at a crucial time there. So Lukas has lost an awful lot of gathering time while this has gone on, but this cavalry shipment is going to be quite tough for minimoult to deal with initially until he gets some more muskets out. He does have that double barracks production. He's going to be able to get 10 out at once. He might be able to clean up this fight pretty well here. He still has those Pavicius to focus down the musks there for Lukas, but Lukas's cavalry, quite tanky. These guys actually gain veterancy, which gives them a little bit extra in terms of stats. Stratiots don't, but the Bosniaks do. And I think only one of the Stratiots died there. So if we go back... Oh, 4 Bosniaks. So one of the Bosniaks must have fallen earlier. So minimoult does have the map control at the moment, but he would have burned through a little bit more in terms of resources, I think, considering Lukas has had a lot of time garrisoned. Lukas going for a bit of a raid here. Minimoult going for that trading post. So he's really going to start accruing an XP lead again over Lukas. The Bosniaks going to be able to deny gathering out here on this side of the map. They're about to start working away at one of the trading posts potentially here, or just looking at going for the vills at the back of minimoult's base. So minimoult's gone for some Lombards now as well. He's deposited a shitload of coin, over 2,000. A little bit of food as well. The villagers being picked off right now by Lukas. This cavalry can't stick around forever because those musks will clean them up with ease. The Basilica now allows some pretty nice shipments as well as all your usual upgrades. Out of your monastery buildings. So, and yeah, it does also give an improved amount of XP. It is a little bit tankier than the regular monastery. The regular monasteries give like 0.7 XP per second, whereas this gives 1. Pretty hefty. So Basilica now for Lukas. If you're wanting to get that to catch up to minimoult, although score-wise is actually coming out on top now. So Lukas 30 vils, 77 pop. Minimoult 64 pop for 31 vils. Oh, okay. That puts 1,500 coins straight into your investments. That'd be quite nice for minimoult. But now he's the one fighting into his opponent's Falks with infantry only, so he's going to bleed some of his front line there. Well, Lukas still maintained his cavalry as well. So compositionally, Lukas is now actually quite far ahead. Okay. Oh, I missed these. Some black riders now for minimoult. I don't believe it's shipped these, but just train them from the Basilica. Because I think it must act as the dance hall as well. He doesn't want to engage till last with these guys, because as much as they hit nice and hard, they aren't going to be all that great at tanking musketeer shots. The minimoult probably doesn't want to lose this barracks. Sending some Pavicias forward just to try and snipe Musks attempting to scout. Lukas has done a great job at holding off early here, and now he's really reaping the reward, taking out a lot of minimoult's production, forcing him to have to get an artillery foundry in, adding some more Falks of his own. So minimoult probably going to want to get a culverin if he does see Lukas go for one, and meanwhile Lukas probably wants to get an artillery foundry and get a culverin out, because you don't really want to be down in terms of falconet count when you've got such a big infantry ball. The town centre here for minimoult, and he does already have a second as well. So going up to 3 town centres, he's on 38 bills. We've got Lukas on 34 because he's still just on the 1. And hasn't actually gone for any trading posts as of just yet. There's some giant grenadiers here with its area damage. Some Jaegers, which a gold only skirmisher unit. So minimoult will have a nice comp to Lukas will have a nice comp to engage in a minimoult here, and he's taking this fight with a bit of a pop advantage. He's killed all of his opponents' Falks and loses all of his own, but Lukas still has a slightly bigger army here. Minimoult does have the eco production over him at the moment, so it's 45 to 36 in terms of villages. Their TC for minimoult is being built by the architect there. I think he must be building it for free, sorry, because it is painstakingly slow. If he gets it and holds on to it, it's a huge eco boost over Lukas here, but Lukas is pushing quite well. Has actually got a bit of a XP lead, bit of a bigger army as well at the moment. So minimoult just paying 100 gold, getting the Explorer out, only to send him straight back in. The Falks now going to deal great damage. Lukas attempted to come forward and try and clean them up. One of them does fall there. And these tight streets, now some nice area shots there for minimoult's falconets. Now Lukas is really applying the pressure. He's managed to kill all the falconets, so minimoult is going to really want to try and hold out until he can get one more of these out. Otherwise it could be very rough for him. Lukas now sitting in some priests to heal up the Jaegers and what's left of these grenadiers. And we've got, I think, one of them left. Lucas adding some more army now. I think he was hoping that these guys would get there before all the infantry got cleaned up. It's minimoult. It's going to have some nice coin gen behind this. And this falconet should be able to get out just before this finishes up, I believe. That's coming in, so they might be able to take out one of these Jaegers. 2 Falks, actually. Rough for Lucas now. Minimoult going to be able to deflect him for now, but Lucas is taking back map control. He might be able to seize one of these trading posts. Minimoult going for more production, non-stop use of that architect. Lucas still hasn't taken this trading post just yet. Can you just build these guys out of the TC? I mean, if you can, wouldn't you just get like 5 at the start and then just have free building all game? Because I think Minimoult's just been using him pretty much non-stop, having gotten a 2nd and 3rd TC out of him. Now he's building a Lombard, and I'm assuming by the build rate for free. Same time, Lucas might be quite aggressive now. He's got some Black Riders of his own. A Falk there to chip away at the outpost. These Crabats gonna find the villagers as soon as they move out. Fast, light range cavalry. Benefits, performs well against everything. Counters heavy cavalry in hand combat. Benefits from promotions. Okay. I don't mean to say that's busted, but man, that just sounds really good. No veterancy there because they're not actually fighting against army, they're just killing villagers. I think that's how that works. I think, don't quote me on it. So Lucas, I'm going to start working away at the trading post here for Minimoult, who's added a few more of his own Falks. It all comes down to this, guys. Actually, I think it might, because judging by the replay time, and now Lucas has snuck in a Culverin, so these guys just as expensive as a Falconer, but the beauty is, while they don't counter the infantry or deal as much damage to buildings, they actually do immense damage to other siege. And I think they slightly outrange them as well. So Minimoult not going to be wanting to go in until he can get some of his own Culverins out now, because he's going to want to be able to clean this up before he takes an engagement. I think it still might be rough because Lucas has all this cavalry and a small infantry advantage still. So Minimoult is a great score lead again over Lucas now that the fighting's settled down for the minute. But Lucas is actually starting to get back on the trading posts. Well, it's a nice hit there for Minimoult, because Lucas has lost one of his his Culverin, sorry. And the Falconet getting quite low. Architect probably going to get picked off here. Ooh, not quite. He'll get out. I think this might be the last fight of the game, guys. It's a good Falk count there for Minimoult. He does also have the Culves there to prevent the Falk of Lucas from really taking much part in the fight. But the Black Riders for Lucas moving in now. These guys have a nice melee attack against those Falks. They're just attempting to try and get on this deer over here. Minimoult is taking out Lucas's army. And Lucas, GG. Minimoult takes game number 1.